Continues with the arrival of a new art experience on Miami's Millionaire Row inside the historic 5600 condominium. We were there to give you a first look. Promised to be a night of art, fashion, and culture, those worlds collide here at the grand opening of the 5600 Gallery inside the 5600 condominium on Millionaire's Row here in Miami Beach. Newly open to the public, we're going to explore the space and get to know the artists, the chefs, and the designers whose talents are on display tonight. It's an exciting night. This is open to the public, showcasing some of the most incredible art here in Miami. What does it mean to be able to give this to the public and for them to really immerse themselves in such talented art?
This has been a very interesting project because we're trying to curate something that would appeal to both the residents here and attract attention from the residents in Miami Beach to come and visit. So we are trying to put something that it would inspire everybody involved.
It's very inspirational, but how do you do that? How do you curate the art? Where does that begin?
Well, we tried to choose from a mix of different media, of different genres of painting and artists and sculptures, and just to kind of go through the gamut of different genres.
Your work is inspired by the Florida landscapes, the nature, the glades, the Biscayne Bay, but you interpret that with geometric shapes and bright colors. How did you arrive at that aesthetic?
Just by experiencing on the water world, I basically take all those experiences and try to replicate some of the concepts, not literally. I'm not trying to draw corals and things like that, but more like, let's say, like ecosystems or how there's different communities of corals and fish and living, for example, some sort of marine debris. So I take that sense of community or ecosystem and I take it into an abstract language.
Well, as we see, this is Ubatuba. You painted it this year. I mean, it says so much. The language speaks for itself in art. How much of an honor is it to have your art here tonight?
Oh, I'm very lucky to be showing over here at the 5600 Gallery with Pen Project and Curator Art, and having you say all those nice things also feels good. I'm just very lucky to be able to do this, and I keep on enjoying it.
Your latest series is called The Force, inspired by iconography from Star Wars. The nostalgia, Carlos.
I know. These are characters from my past, from my childhood, things that I used to love watching on TV. I decided to do a series based on them, and yeah, I had a lot of fun doing it.
You have created over 50 exhibitions and showings across the world, from Mexico to Dubai. 50 is a lot. That's a lot of creativity.
I'm always working.
You're always working, right? How would you describe, Carlos, your aesthetic?
It's a retrospective, maybe. It's a study of the things that I like the most, that catches my attention since I was a kid. I concentrate a lot in color.
Clearly. Carlos, what's so unique about your work is you take characters like Queen Amidala and you dress her up, and you take these abstract figures and put them together with these really familiar people and faces.
Well, this guy, for example, could be you. You know, fashion is so in right now, and I take, this could be like my sister or my brother or my friends. I like to make it current. I don't want to paint the character of the movie or as they portray them. I want to make them my own.
Art is so in your blood. For years, you have been so passionate about the art scene in Miami, and this whole place is like your brainchild.
Yes, it is. And as a matter of fact, for many years, after I would come home from docenting at the Bass Museum, I would come in here and I said, you know what, this space looks like it can house beautiful, fine art, and it can be a place where people can socialize and they can, you know, learn about art and be cultured. And I said, we have these beautiful marble floors and these beautiful high, tall column ceilings and columns. And I was like, what a wonderful place to have these beautiful community gatherings. So I presented this idea to Susana Santoro, and she quickly embraced it, and she said, you know what, let's form an art committee. And that's exactly what we did. And fast forwarding, this is the product of a small idea that happened several years ago. And I'm so thankful and happy that our lobby is now an actual functioning art gallery.
What has to leap out at you? What has to, like Victor, what has to catch you and be like, ah, yes, this needs to be seen?
Technique mixed with the story that the artist is trying to tell through the art. I think that's the most important thing. you know, even though the art might be something considered simple, we want it always to be able to tell a story.
Right. The art here in Miami, as I said, people come from all around the world to experience art here in Miami. There's something uniquely different about it. Why do you think Miami is such a haven for art?
I think there's a lot of vibrancy in the art here. I think there's artists from all different ages, ranges, backgrounds, culturally. There's just so much going on that it opens the possibility for creative exploration.
I mean, when you see new talent and you want to give them the opportunity, what does that mean to you?
It means, I think we always want to give opportunity to those people that would be able to connect with the people who are going to be viewing the art. That's really what is a big focus here at the gallery at 5600, because it's really not our personal opinion. Being inside of a condominium, we're trying to appeal to all of the different residents who are going to be living with our exhibits for 3 to 6 months.